Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 3 of my Vancouver Canucks franchise mode here in NHL 26. It is I, Test on a Quest, aka Johnny. I hope everyone is having a great, wonderful day, no matter what time you are watching this. And obviously, in today's episode, we have to do the off season here. If you missed it on the last one, we did make a couple of moves, and I did end up forgetting to turn on the CPU trades before the deadline, so no other team made any other deals besides us, where we mostly sent all of our players to Chicago. Tampa did end up winning the Stanley Cup, and the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins did win the Calder Cup in the AHL. Let's just go ahead and make sure we have the injuries on for next year. CPU trades are on. Everything else is good. So, I believe since we already asked those players at the deadline, I guess technically now we can ask Ronick. I mean, how long is. So, technically, we would be stuck with him for 2 more seasons, right? Or, yeah, because it doesn't reset yet. So, we'd have 2 more seasons before we can technically move him. But if we go to Elias Pettersson, can we ask him to waive again? Or is that not going to happen? So if we ask just for a single team, here we go. We have a single team available to work with, and it is going to be, hopefully it's Carolina. It is the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm so sure Toronto would do that. I mean, technically they don't have Marner's cap anymore. I doubt that happens. But we'll see. We'll see. Brock Besser. Oops, I did not mean to do that. So I'm going to do that after. If we look at your clause option, can we get a team? No, Brock Besser wants to stay. That's understandable. What about Jake DeBrusk? Are you gonna be willing here to allow us to move you to maybe 2 teams? 2 teams, okay. So that will be very helpful. And the team we will be able to offer him to is going to be the Canadians and the Rangers. I mean, at the worst, he is tradable after next year. I mean, Montreal doesn't really make sense. Rangers just got rid of Artemi Panarin. Maybe. If we look at Tyler Myers, obviously, is his deal. He is a 20 team. We'll just keep him. We'll trade him at the. We'll be able to just trade him at the start of free agency without any hassle. And then everyone else we will see. In terms of contracts expiring, there's really no one that is. I'm not really concerned. Like Lucas Reichel, how much are you gonna cost? I want 1.6? Yeah, no, thank you. Like Mike McCarron, I'd love to keep you. You want 1.7? I mean, I guess he knows his worth on this team. What about Klimovich? 2 years at 1.4. You're straight to free agent though. Cap's gonna go. Mancini, I'd like to keep. 1.3. I don't know. And then everyone else is basically. We'll see after the draft. So, heading into the draft, here we go. So, let me just break it down with you for the rules. So, we are allowed to trade up only once in the entire draft. And then from rounds 1 to 3, no matter how many picks we have, we can only take one of the first 7 players we see. So I can't just be like, oh, let's see if there's some low elites going. You easily could do that. I don't find that fun. After the 4th round and onwards, will be allowed to at least scroll down. We can't just sort by potentials until the 7th round. That is how we're gonna do it. But speaking of some moves, the Islanders have pick 3 on the block. We have pick 13 and 19. So if we go to the Islanders, is there any type of deal? They want Marco Rossi and 2/3. I don't think I can do that. I think that is a little bit too much. And then Washington has picked 5. We'll at least see if there's a potential deal. And then no deal. Okay. So we're probably just gonna take our pick. I mean, pick 10 from the Rangers. I mean, technically Jake DeBrusk to the Rangers, right? Isn't that one of the offers? Let's see if they're also interested in him. So pick 10, which is Carolina's. They want Hoglander, Pedersen, and Kurditsiev. No, thank you. Connor Garland. No, thank you. Jake DeBrusk and Ratty it would take, or Zeke William. Okay. I do think we will try for pick 10, but don't think we have to. Would they just do it straight up, 1-for-1? No, okay. There's no way we'd have to give up much more. I would be willing to give up one of the 60 here picks from the second round. We'll do pick 62 from Chicago. So, Jake DeBrusk, thank you so much for your service. You led our team in points, but now it's time to move on. Let's just make sure it doesn't make sense for the Rangers to be acquiring him. If we go forwards, look at overalls 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they don't really have a third line. Ooh, could we get Matt Rempe? Could you give me Matt Rempe in this deal? No? Okay, fair enough. So, Jake DeBrusk in a second for the 10th overall pick, which will be our only trade up allowed in this draft. Do they say yes? No. Okay. I am also willing to give you the next pick in the round, pick 61. Do you say yes now? You do. So, Jake DeBrusk is off to the New York Rangers. And then Elias Pettersson, the one deal with Toronto is not available, so we will have to wait unless he has now switched teams that he wants to be traded to. No, he still wants to go to Toronto. And then Ivar Stenberg goes first. Oh my god. Okay, if Gavin Mckenna does not go here, and we could have potentially traded Marco Rossi for Gavin McKenna, I am going to cry. Because that would have been so worth it. So worth it. Let's see. Please, Utah. Please, Utah, don't mess it up. Oh my god. No, we could have potentially had Gavin McKenna. Are you kidding me? Did I change him back from high elite? There's no way. I don't think I did. There's no way he's at least not high elite, right? Are you kidding me? Stenberg and then Veerhoff? Are the Islanders gonna do it? They do. He's still high elite. Oh my god. We could have had Gavin McKenna. Well, the Islanders now have a duo of Gavin McKenna and Matthew Schaefer. That's insane. Thank God he's in the East, not in the West. But we could have had him for Marco Rossi. That would have been so worth it. Oh man. Well, we did what we did. Hey, Nick Lardis is up to low elite. That's pretty good. Like I said, we will focus on his shooting or probably his skating. Um, okay, if we consider looking at these moves, Connor Garland is probably the next piece to go. We are allowed to technically take this. We just can't trade up like with other picks. So technically, what we did with I know it sounds kind of dumb, but we are allowed to accept trades if it's from this green for picks, and they are offering us Zarowski and a second and a third. Not horrible. Might consider that. Philip Mazar, no thank you. Michael Hage. Ooh, Montreal probably shouldn't trade him, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to take him from Montreal. Nick Perbix, a third and a third, no thank you. Uh, pick 27, a third and Nermi, nah. Cole Eiserman, I mean, they just got Gavin McKenna. They don't really need Cole Eiserman anymore. We're going to get pick 18. Pick 17 from Ottawa. Ilya Protas, I don't think they would do that. The pick? Okay. So Cole Eiserman is one option, but I think Connor Garland to Ottawa just kind of fits. I mean, I might be wrong. Let's see. So Connor Garland, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, Claude Giroux's a free agent. Shane Pinto's under an extension. David Perron. I mean, if they let both Giroux and Perron walk, I don't think Connor Garland really fits there. But if we go to the Islanders, who are just offering us um, Cole Eiserman, they have now Horvat, Barzal, and Mckenna as a potential first line. But they don't really have any other help. Like, we could easily. I mean, I guess technically. Uh, oof, what would we do here? I mean, I would. Oh man. I mean, technically, they don't want to get rid of Holmstrom, but I mean, he's a two-way forward. I probably would try to. I would probably try to get Cole Eiserman and whatchamacallit. Probably. Ooh, Matt Maggio. So let's just see. If we take Cole Eiserman, because obviously now you have Gavin McKenna, and uh we take Simon Holmstrom. I mean, to be fair, I guess technically that would just be a little bit too many players. You know, we're gonna keep Garland until the start of free agency, and we'll see, because he might have to play on our first line with Pedersen. So let's go ahead, simulate pick number 5, and it is Ryan Rubrick. That's a really good fit for Washington. But Ruslan Solyov, only defensive defenseman, has unstoppable. Then Gavin McKenna, who has no abilities because EA keeps just taking them off of him every time I have him with it. Let's go to pick number 10. So Ryan Lynn just went, who of course was Vancouver Giants. We probably would have potentially taken him. Now there's a chance we can get both Luongo and Legacy, but logically, I think the smarter move here is to take one defenseman, and we have two really good options here in Chase Reed or Daxon Rudolph, and I think I'm going to take Daxon Rudolph. So, Daxon Rudolph, welcome to the Vancouver Canucks. He also has unstoppable two-way defenseman, pretty well-rounded. If we go to pick 13, hopefully Legacy does not go. Chase Reed just went, and so did Vigo Bjork. And obviously, we're not even going to think about it. It's pretty obvious. We are going with Taylor Legacy, which now, if you think about it, if we traded Marco Rossi for Gavin McKenna, we would easily just would have replaced Gavin McKenna with Taylor Legacy. He is an 81 playmaker with a, looks like, wheels. Good skating, good starting puck skills. Defense needs a little bit of work. Same thing for his senses, but it's mainly driven down by his poise. Physical's low, but he's 5'8", and then his shot is pretty low, but is workable. Oh man, I'm not gonna live that down. We could have had Gavin McKenna. Okay, can't dwell on it. Let's go to our next pick, which will be pick number 19. Prefer another defenseman here. We could take Juho Pepperinen, who is pretty good. So is Malte Gustafsson, but I think I had him in the Calgary one. Oops, we cannot go further than Savanto. Yeah, I think we're not gonna overthink it. We'll take Juho Pepperinen. 73 medium top 4. I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and simulate to pick 45, since we can't really do anything else. So here we can take JP Hobart, we can take Tomic, and we can take Cooper Williams, Liam Ruck, or Casey Mutrin. I think Casey Mutrin, I think he's real. I would prefer, I guess we technically could go for Cooper Williams, 2 years out. I mean, Jay Bouwmeester comparison on Gio George's Pantelis. But we're going to go for the center, Cooper Williams. High top 9. Hopefully there is no top 6s, because I will cry. And the next ones are all basically high top 9. So no misses. Pascal was not available to us, I don't think. At least I really hope he wasn't. I think he was. We just made a mistake. Okay, so now we have Luke Shire. We have Amir Lee. And then we have Axel Olsen, Halfo, Cullen, Jennings, and Alexander Command, who's obviously real. NHL ready for Riley Jennings. Send it. 3 years out, 2 years out, 3 years. NHL ready. Zdeno Chara comparison. And then Luke Schaefer, Shire's obviously real. I think we're gonna go for this Jennings guy. I mean, it looks like he does have send it straight up. Let's go for it. Riley Jennings, welcome to the squad. You are 77, medium top 4, does have send it. It is not elite, obviously, makes sense. But it is still specialist. I will take that. I do want to see who that Chara guy, the comparison was to Chara, what he is. Are you gonna go to Montreal? No, they go for Cullen. Pittsburgh? There you go. So Amir Lee, right-handed defenseman. So basically, they're the same player, just one's right-handed, the other one's left-handed, but we'll probably ask Jennings to be able to play both sides, so in the end, it does not really matter. Third round pick here, let's see. We have Simus, I'm not going to pronounce that last name because I don't want to be disrespectful. We have Julian Maze. I think we'll probably go with the goalie, Tobias Dredgeball, who's obviously real. So is Igor Rabinkin. Oops, can't go further than that. But I think we will take the medium starter, because we do have to find our future starter. So he'll at least be in the mix. And now in the fourth round, we are allowed to scroll down a little bit, but we can't go too far. Oh, we have a goalie, Marco Hikila, 6'1". If we would have taken... Ooh, we gotta take Alexander Kamarov. He's the 6'9" giant. There we go, medium 7th. It's well worth it. It was worth the pick. Some top 9s. A low top 6. That's not horrible. There's a medium backup. A medium elite potential goalie. I think we have to take him. William Gammels from Finland. You are medium fringe. Not worth it. 5th round pick again. We have Oleg Gulbenkian. We have Cash Alger East. We'll probably take another goalie, and it probably will, no, we're not gonna take a goalie. Let's take Cash Elger East, just because of his name. Fun little name. Medium bottom 6, might develop, probably won't, but that's okay. Next up, we could probably take, ooh, highly goalie. I think that's kind of worth the risk. All we have is goalies, basically. Let's take him. If he's high starter at the minimum, high backup. So we got medium starter, medium fringe, and then high backup to end our draft. So let's go ahead and simulate the rest of the season 1 draft. So our prospect pool has now added Daxton Rudolph, Taylor Legacy, Juho Pepperinen, Cooper Williams, Riley Jennings. Those first 6 picks, or 5 picks, sorry, are fantastic. Dredgeball is not bad, he's medium starter, and then Kamarov, Gamels, Elker East, and Carathers or Carathers is just basically depth, and hopefully they might be something for our bottom pairing goalie backup 4th line. That's basically all you can hope for. So now we have the re-sign stage. Let me just go ahead and take a sip of water, and we will continue the off-season. Okay, let's do this re-sign state. So let's start with goaltenders. We have Yuri Patera. He can go. Victor Mancini, we will qualify. Brisebois, Salo. Jet Wu, we will qualify. Clayton will go. And then for these two, let's take a look. So Basil Sansinen is a 7th round pick. Probably not going to sign him. And Parker Altos, 6th round pick. Probably not going to sign him. So only one move on the defense. Klamovich, we will qualify. We'll let Jasic go. We'll qualify Steelman and Anthony Romani. We will sign, because why not? Lucas Reichel, 1.2 qualifying offer. He's 24. We'll let him walk. Josh Bloom, 70. High bottom 6. We'll let him walk. Centers, Michael McCarron, I would prefer to keep. 1 year, 1.5, done deal. David Kampf can go. Niels Amen, I want to keep. And then LeBate will go as well. Coaching staff, obviously Adam Foote is gonna leave, but I don't think we're gonna move on from him just quite unless there's a really good coach that we can't miss. And then your pro, I'm probably not gonna sign you. Perfect, so that was pretty simple. So let's go ahead let's just get to free agency. We didn't have to really do too much signings. Who accepts the qualifying offer, so does Chase Steelman. Niels Amen does as well. Let's see, re-sign phase is done. We have the one scout who didn't come back. Perfect. So before we go to that, let's go to contracts and the upcoming. So Tyler Myers, obviously, $6 million. Yeah, no, you're gonna get traded here. Zeev William, this one's a big one. 3 years at 5.7. If we go all the way to 8, it'd be $7 million. I mean, he's technically worth it if he continues to develop, which I think he will. So if we do 7.5 and then a no trade clause in the last 2 years of the deal. I mean, oops, I did not mean to do that. So if we do a no movement clause, because it's a little bit more value, we bump this up to 7. If we get him at 7.8, I think we have to do that. I'm gonna offer that to him. Hopefully he takes it. Liam Ongren we will consider. 2 years at 2.6. We are allowed to go a little bit higher. So 4 years at 3.8. That's not horrible. 3.5 get us anything. If he'll do, it's a little bit more risky because he has to develop. I will hold off. Matu Ratti, we'll see what he wants. 4.7 for 2 years. We will hold off. Jonathan Lattermacky, 2 years. 2x2 is not horrible because usually he develops and scores. But I'd prefer to potentially get him locked up longer term. If he'll do a 3-year deal at 2.25 and we'll have him for 4 years, I'm cool with that. And then everyone else is basically, oops, no, we have 2 more guys. Nick Lardis 1.7, 1.8, we will hold off. Elias Pettersson, the defenseman, 3 years at 1.5, we will do that easily. We have to keep him on our team. And then goalies, doesn't really matter. Okay, so we have those offers out. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the coaching staff. So Adam Foote obviously is our coach. John Cooper is available. Obviously, I don't want to do that. And then we have this creative guy, Philip Pollock. Not really worth it. We have Patrick Waugh. I mean, there's really just, Jonathan Daves, that's funny. No thank you, though. Ooh, we do have this goalie coach, William Farrell. I would love to have him come up as probably the AHL goalie coach, but I would move him down. I'd sign him for the NHL and move him down if he accepts. Is there any other? Yeah, no, so that would probably be our only move. I mean, we should probably get at least new AHL head coach. We will fire this goalie coach and we'll see if we get him. So we need an AHL head coach. So Ernie, this guy, decent but not the best. So Cracknell, not really good. Anyone with A teaching? Brent Dice. I mean, I guess technically a defensive AHL head coach is not the worst, as long as he has the teaching that we need for it. So we'll go ahead, we'll do that. AHL head coach, hopefully you take it. And then in terms of AHL coaches that we could have offered, not really any there. So hopefully we get those two. And in terms of the scouts, there's only one B, so this is not the off season to revamp our scouts, which is totally fine. So now let's go ahead and finally take a look at who is available. So Jason Robertson is, but he should be restricted. Yep. So the best free agent is Alex Tuck. You have Zuccarello, Rasmus Anderson, Giroux, Kuzmenko, Boone Jenner, Mason Marchment, Patrick Kane, Murphy. Michael Kessling should be restricted. He's not. Damn. Buffalo didn't qualify him? I mean, we have to offer, and for free agency, we have to offer what players are looking for. So if we offer him a contract and we don't get him, we don't get him. We can't offer him like $2 million more to convince him to sign. We can only do that if it is our players and they are a restricted free agent. So obviously we do have to sign Legacy because I do think he should play, but we'll do that in a minute. Goaltending, let's see. So we have obviously Lincoln and Tapilo. We'll keep our goaltending. Medvedev should not be coming over quite yet, so we need a third goalie, but we'll wait because we might need to sign a cap. Defensively, obviously Tyler Myers, I'd love to move on from here because I think he deserves to compete. You can get Liam Greentree, 2/3 is not bad. Justin Brazeau is not bad. I don't mind the 2/3, and it's 2028, so it would be quite pushed. I don't mind that. And if I can retain, I will retain on Tyler Myers for the year. So 1.5 for 2/3. Pittsburgh wants him. Why not? They can sell him if they're a bad team. But I want to go younger on our defensive blue line. I don't think we will sign Jennings, but our third pair is definitely going to be Pedersen and Fleury. I hope Willander develops because then Fleury will just move up to the second. First pair is going to stay Ronick and Buyum. So we probably need just one defenseman because we have Jimmy Schultz who could be our depth defenseman. So a couple defensemen. Forward wise, we have Rossi, Pedersen, Besser, Connor Garland, who, since we did not move, does have that no movement clause. I wish I would have known that. Great, so now we're stuck with him. We have Hoglander, who's up to an 85. I mean, our top six should be pretty good. There's really not many forwards. It's basically we're revamping depth. We don't really need high-end free agents besides, like, what? Maybe one free agent defenseman? Obviously, if they're young enough. So if we go by overall, the best one that isn't too old, obviously you have Kessling. You do have Igor Zamula. I'd prefer someone 23 or under. Niels Lundqvist is not horrible. Could run our second power play, especially if we're going to give Zeev William the first power play opportunities now. Next best guy that's younger, you have Jacob Bernard Docker. You have Arbor Xhekaj. Yeah, no, this is our guy. Don't even need to think about it. He is going to defend our rookies. So if we go to two ways now, we'll just sign some depth. So let's go ahead. We'll sign Dmitry Kuzmin. If we can get another younger guy, David Spacek, who's having a really good Olympics right now. And then let's sign one more, preferably an older two-way guy. Nicholas Hansen. Perfect. I think we got him. We did. So now we'll go ahead and just sign basically some forwards. We have Linus Erickson from Florida, who they did not sign. We'll scoop him up. He's a 76. Lucas Glendening, Patrick Brown. I prefer 1-year guys. We'll go with this guy, Reese Johnson. Left wingers, let's go for. Ooh, we gotta go for Daniel Carr. Habs legend. We can go Nolan Foote, Pavel Regenda. Ooh, another Habs legend, Charles Hudon, sorry. And then right wingers, we'll sign Ryan Reeves. Screw it, why not? And then Nico Heitinen, of course, who did not. I think he got released from Tampa in real life. And then we'll go for one more. We have Jacob Melanson at 23, Ryder Rolston. 22, here we go. Alexis Jadron. Perfect, so that's 47. If we go to goalies now, obviously we're not going to worry about prospects. I guess technically we probably should. The best prospect is Michael. Okay, I think we have to put our name into the hats. I'm kidding. If we get him, we're gonna trade him back because same thing for Yevgeny Zervugin. Like these guys should not be like I don't understand EA having those guys being released. We're gonna send them back to their teams because that makes no sense. I'm gonna get in trouble, but I don't care. So Zavragin obviously is Philly. I mean, I know we traded them like uh Demko, but like, come on, you have only 2 goalies signed in the AHL. So I'm gonna give you a 7th, and then you give me back a 7th. So just take it. Thank you very much for your dum-dumness. And then the Michael, Michael Habro. It could be Michael, Arizona. So we gotta move him to Utah. Utah Mammoth. Of course you want him, then why did you let him go? Makes no sense. You don't even have like 6 goalies signed. So we'll get a little bit in trouble, but it's whatever. There you go. Have your medium elite goalie back. Sheesh. Okay, so if we go back to the free agents and we take a look at goaltenders, we will just take oldest veteran, coolest name we have. So let's see. Who do we want to just give all this money to? Let's see. We can give it to. Let's give it to. Let's give it to. Looking. Let's give it to Hunter Shepard. Congrats, Hunter Shepard. You are gonna be our guy to make probably about $19 million. Will put us with 15 million in the cap. Is that enough to put us over the limit? It is at the minimum, so that is perfect. So we have nothing else to do. We are gonna probably simulate till day 10 and then we'll take a look and see who signed where. And then after that, we will simulate to the start of the season. I am going to quickly, before we see where everyone else has signed, gonna go through these and just give the ones that we need to focus on developing. I will give them a off-season focus. So once I do that, we will continue with our simulating. So after doing the off-season focus, we are now going to just simulate until probably 10 days in. We'll see where everyone signs. We'll see if we get our head coach or not. I'm not going to do that. We do get William Ferrelli. He will be our AHL goalie coach. And we do get Brent Dice to be our AHL head coach. Another 6th-round pick for that guy. Z William does accept that huge extension. That's huge. Jonathan Aronmaki does as well. That's also huge. Okay, I don't know why teams want Kudryat, Klimovich. No, we have to still sign him. No, I mean, okay, like a third and him to go for a second. I don't understand sometimes the EA offers. If we go to, here we go, activity feed. And we look at signings. So Zamula is a blue. Kevin Hayes is a Blue Jacket. So is Maxim Shabanov. Jaden Schwartz is an Islander. Marcus Johansson goes back to the Bruins. Alex Tuck is a Calgary Flame. Lucas Reichel goes to the Ducks. Niels Lundqvist goes to Chicago. Nick Leddy goes back to St. Louis. Ellie Tovanen to Buffalo. Laurent Brossoit to Boston. Why do they need a goalie? Barry Kapanen to Columbus. Tarasenko to Montreal. Teddy Bluger, who we had, is now a Ottawa Senator. Jeremy Lazan is back to Nashville. Charlie Coyle to the LA Kings. Boone Jenner to Winnipeg. Carson Lambos to Anaheim. Luke Shen to Boston. That's such a Boston signing. Adam Henrique is a Flame. Scott Lawton is a Hab. Paling is an Oiler. Gadanov is a Utah Mammoth. Michael Bunting is a Sabre. Can't help it is also a Utah Mammoth. Ian Cole is a San Jose Shark. Patrick Kane is now in Seattle. Sorry, Seattle fans. Victor Olofsson is a Flame. Stuart Skinner is a Blue. So a trio of Binnington, Skinner, and Joel Hofer makes total sense, EA. TVR is a Ranger. Brett Kulak is a Shark. Michael Cushing to Toronto. That's actually an underrated signing. That's really good. Radko Gudas is a Maple Leafs. I don't know how Leaf fans feel about that after what he did to their goalie in that second round matchup a couple years ago in overtime. So I think that's kind of it. I think we're gonna simulate to the next season, and we'll see what our lines are gonna be looking like for season number 2. So your season number 2 Vancouver Canucks will look like this. Connor Garland is with Elias Pettersson and Brock Besser. And Liam Ogren with Marco Rossi and Niels Hoglander, who's up to an 86. A third line of Atu Ratti with the rookie Taylor Legacy. And Jonathan Lattermacky. I'm really hoping Playmaker Sniper, these two can pop off. A fourth line of Nico Hutainen, Michael McCarron, and Linus Carlson. Defensively, it will be Zeev William with Philip Ronick. Then Victor Mancini with Elias Pettersson, and then Arbor Jacki is paired with Tom Willander, getting a +3, +2, and then a +5 on our first pair. Power play, like we talked about, Zeev will be the number 1 defenseman, Lattermacky, Besser, Rossi, and Pettersson. And then power play line 2 will be Ratti, Hoglander, Connor Garland, Ronick, and Taylor Legacy. That is what we are going to be rocking with. AHL I will edit off camera, and that will be good to go for the next season. So, we are basically ready. If we look at the captains and jerseys, I did not mean to click the progress report. Elias Pettersson, Besser, and Philip Ronick are going to be your alternates. We're going to have no captain just yet. And we will see who comes out to take that captaincy. My pick is, we'll see. I have no pick, but hopefully Taylor Legacy is that guy. If you enjoyed and you want to keep seeing more of this series, please leave a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. I'm really trying to grow. I really hope, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.